So listen, NFTs. Let's break it down real quick for the audience that are tapping in. If you're watching the Passive Income Network, you probably got an idea. But anyways, non-fungible tokens. We're talking about digital assets and ownership and an opportunity to change the game online, right? I say this in the workshops. Web 1 or Web 2, right? We'll go directly to Web 2. That's our current state of the market or the internet, is that only thing you can own is a domain name. Right. And that's the truth. You can go to GoDaddy.com or any one of those sites and you can own a domain name, right? Web 3, you can own a lot more than that. So I always talk about Roblox and all of the video game assets. You can own assets and, NFTs, right? So NFTs, what was the first NFTs you heard about, and what blockchain, or what was the environment like?
It was kind of odd for me because for probably about 6 months, my family, my friends, they were like, yo, you got to get in this NFT game, it's crypto. And I was just like, no, I can't. This is too much. Because I don't like to just hop in something and kind of pitty patter. I like to dive in head first and deep up into my eyeballs with this, So I knew that it was going to inherently be complicated. We're talking about crypto,
it's a technology.
Yeah, and even the cryptography, the mathematics behind it on the deeper level, it's inherently complicated, right? Yes. Now, I love that kind of thing. I love diving in. I love reading white papers. I love reading professors' work and all that kind of stuff and getting an understanding because, I got kicked out of school at 10th grade.
Okay.
So the education I get is because I want it. I want the knowledge. I want the information. So finally, one of my buddies, he shows me his wallet from just buying and selling other people's art. And now he's been hitting me up for 6 months. Like, dude, we got to do this. So I go, all right, man. I put my headset on because we do VR and stuff. And I was already experimenting with virtual reality and all that kind of jazz. And I just did 4 different algo tags or 3 different algo tags, right? Because that's the blockchain he was on.
Yep, tagging algo.
He gave me 10 algo. At the time, it was like $1.80, to get me in the game and be able to mint on AB2 gallery. And I did those tags and I was minting, and that at those times it took a lot longer. You had to physically go in and type.
Tougher. Yeah.
So I do the first one, I do the second one. I'm in the middle of the third one, and my boy calls me and he goes, "Hey, are you Crypto Bomber?" And I was like, "Yeah," because I didn't do no tweets. I didn't tell nobody. I was just like, out of just like, I'm gonna do this so I can shut him up real quick, right?
Yeah. I'm tapping in.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it, right? I do it. The first 2 pieces sold before I could even mint the third one. That's without any marketing. That's without anything.
That's when the needle goes in. You're like, got him.
Dude, and it was like, for me, I just started thinking about all the other much more talented artists than me that I know. So I've been in the graffiti world for 27 years, and I have a deep connection to a lot of different graffiti organizations and crews. So my mind is just like, wow, like all these street artists that don't get paid well. People love their artwork. They've got a decade dedicated to their craft or more. They go and do live art. Yep. So I'm just like, my brain is just, because like I said, I'm about lifting others, right? And pushing them to their full potential.
So what you're saying is you was like, you thought about a lot of other people.
Yes.
And then you like, damn, they could be using this and coming up as well and having another avenue and roadmap and technology to help express themselves and create a living. That's what you're saying.
Yes. That, to me, that's it, because again, here's these guys who are incredibly talented, incredibly committed. Not only that, many of them don't vibe with the NFT, right? There's so many misconceptions about what NFTs are and, whether it's real or it's fake. And most of them don't respect the art because it's not like spray painted.
It's not, definitely we'll say in the physical. It's not physical.
Exactly. Yeah. So then when I bring them in and they actually spray paint their NFT like they do in the street, it allows them to maintain that credibility and maintain that craft that they've developed over decades of time.
Y'all go to Crypto Bomber Crew's YouTube channel. You can see a demonstration of what he was talking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay,
so let's go into this. This is the perfect segue right now. NFT workshops, right?
Yes, sir.
So we've been hosting NFT workshops. We just came back from Iceland recently, right? That was crazy.
Fire,
Big shout out to Poppin'
Seen them
Puffins.
Northern Lights.
Yeah, shout out to NIFGen. These are some of the sponsors and people that are collaborating with us. So we went to Iceland. We did a really the one in Portland was crazy. It was a lot different energy to Iceland because we had a lot of people here out from America and someone from Netherlands. But then in Iceland, we're mostly with just Europeans and different type of vibes. But they both had success, right?
Oh, it was incredible.
What we was talking about, you are educating artists. I'm educating people out here. We're teaching these artists and community members really what NFTs are and their real value. Let's speak on that.
Well, it's been an awesome experience, to sit there and watch, because you can see many of us who've talked about crypto and all this with people, you see when their eyes gloss over and they're like, you lost them.
Yeah,
right? They ain't hearing nothing.
Yeah.
And it was great to see our students and participants leaning in, right? Like they were leaning in, leaning forward, wanting more of it. And the way that we put it together, especially you laying it out very simplistic, and I kind of come in with the energy side of the fun part of it and remind them that we're doing something we love right here, right? And
that's key.
That's the number one thing that I think I could leverage is you got to stay in your passion, whether that's marketing, copyright, art, content, whatever that is. Blockchain and crypto and NFTs, they're going to touch every lane of our lives. So you don't have to change and do what somebody else did.
Yep.
So when to see them come into our workshop, to see their passion and to feel their excitement at the end of the workshop because they've minted an NFT, they got crypto in their wallet, they got a wallet now.
We're talking about they walked in really. They was like, hey, I heard of crypto. They come there, they get educated. 2 hours later, let's call it 2 hours and 20 minutes later. They like, okay, they listening. They just finished a little concert, and they're like, damn, I got, like you said, I got crypto in a wallet that I never had. So I got a wallet. I got crypto. I have some sovereign money now, money that I can make decisions on and can control, right? And then they have art in their wallet. But more than that, like you said, their eyes, they have a vision of more.
Right.
And there's a lot more.
And that's, for me, like the most important part of this. It's not about, let's teach them what's like has been done and that's the only thing to do. No, we have so much excitement. This is not what we're at the part of this technology where we're texting and hitting the 7 3 times to get the T. Some of you young folk might not even understand this, but back when we were coming up, texting came out and they charged you for texting. You had to use the buttons on the phone and it was crazy. And I was like, no one's ever going to want to do this. Now that the technology's been fostered, cultivated, and pushed, some people don't even like to talk on the phone. All they want to do is text, right? And that's where we are with this technology right now, and why I feel it's so important to bring in as many different perspectives as possible from all different walks of life so that they can sprinkle their seasoning onto this and help direct the way that it's going to develop and grow and foster it along its line.
Oh, man. Yes.
And I feel like the people who leave our workshops leave with that burning energy inside of them. Like, I'm going to go out and make this with what I do, right? It's not about...
Yeah, it's about plugging this technology, NFTs, crypto, into what you do. And that's the key about this that we always press upon the people at the workshops, right? I want to do another segue.
Yes.
We are in the process, right? We're teaching NFTs. We're going to continue that going. We got things popping off and planned. We'll talk about that more. But now, the next one for Portland, just let y'all know today, we'll start here again. DeFi, decentralized finance. And I'm going to break that down a little bit. So traditionally, we have centralized authorities controlling our needs, right? We go to the bank, we ask for permission to get an account. We ask, can we withdraw? If something weird happens, they charge us, right? Overdrafts and all this and that. But then now we have a new system here being built that is actually here right now in the blockchain. I use it every day, and it's called DeFi. So this is a different version of, getting the money and manage the money, right? So in the Algorand blockchain, we got something called Algofi, where you can borrow and lend against your crypto using your cryptocurrency that you own as collateral. At the bank, you cannot really use your money as collateral to borrow against it and still earn a yield, right? Hopefully I didn't lose y'all out here listening, right? So we're talking about sovereign money. So we're going to then take that energy that we use for NFT workshops that fund that excitement, education, but put more money into it when we talk about DeFi.
Well,
So,
I think it's important to understand sustainability,
okay.
right? And I think a lot of people right now all over the world are feeling the repression, the money depreciating, and with this, we have a little bit more control over how things are done and a little bit more liberty to get creative with how we're going to utilize our money and how we're going to
Yep.
and where it's going to go. And when you think about just sending money down south, if you're an immigrant here and you send money back home to Mexico, to Singapore, to wherever it is, Vietnam, you're paying Western Union percentages,
Racks.
points, right?
I think they take, was it to Mexico? They take like 20% or something like that.
So you take
Algorand. See the crypto, a digital face. 2021 fiat replace. Had to have it. Bank account by Algorand. Large amounts. Digital left the physical space. The community had to be great. A digital wallet, large amounts. It's about fame, big bank account.